Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nathaniel and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss something very important, something that is affecting the dreams of many people in Nigeria, many students, many dreamers. That is the US visa restrictions on Nigeria. We are going to talk about that. We are going to talk about, can Nigeria actually bounce back? We are going to talk about, are students still affected? So if you're a student or if you're a Nigerian, can you actually study in the US as it stands right now? And most importantly, does the whole thing end? That is what we're going to talk about today in this video. So what actually happened? Let me give you a context right here. In December 2025, which is like 5 months ago, the US government decided that they have to update their travel policies. So they decided to put restrictions on certain countries, and unfortunately, Ghana's brothers, Nigeria, was affected. Okay, so these changes went effective on January 1st, 2026, and it affected most visa categories. So if you're a Nigerian and if you're a student, you can't apply for a US visa. It started from January 1st. So if you're a Nigerian and you want to apply for B1, B2, you can't do that because of the travel restrictions. So if you're Nigerian and if you want to apply for an exchange visitor program in the US, you can't do that because of the visa restrictions, which was effective on January 1st. There were many people who went for their interview last year and they were put on administrative processing and they were hoping to get approved earlier this year, but most of these people were denied because they can't issue their visas because of the travel policy or because of the restrictions. Okay, so what does this policy actually do? As I said, Nigeria is not totally banned. So total ban is different from they are restricting you. So if you already have a US visa before the ban took place, you are good. But you can't, but if you don't have a visa already and you want to apply, that is where the situation is. So if you want to come here as a student, you can't. If you want to come here as an M visa, you can't. If you want to come here as a J visa, you can't. But there is one thing that I want to punch in here, or there is one thing that I want to say. Like close to 500,000 people in the US are from Nigeria. And in the healthcare industry, you are certainly going to see a Nigerian there. Nigerians are helping the American system a lot with their hard work. You know, Nigerians, we have a beef. Ghana and Nigeria has a beef, you know, but I love Nigerians for their hard work, their consistency. You know, they have this mindset that I have to make it, I have to do this, and that is what they've been doing here, and that is what is keeping the system moving. There was a data I saw where 52% of the healthcare industries who are black are from Nigeria. So this highlights the fact that Nigeria is doing a lot, but I don't know how and the US, and I can't say anything about that. But yeah, so that is the policy. So it's not a permanent ban, it's a temporal ban, it's just a restriction. And this is what the US ambassador to Nigeria said. He said the US government said the restriction were part of a security screening and vetting improvement, not intended to single out Nigerians specifically. So he's just saying this is a broad thing they are doing, and many countries have been affected. So they are not just targeting Nigeria. So we shouldn't say it's only Nigeria who have been affected. The government doesn't like Nigeria, but it's a broad thing that they are doing. And so he said it is not pushing Nigeria, but part of a larger policy affecting many countries as the US rewrites its immigration enforcement framework. So it's not targeted for only Nigerians alone. Okay, so that is everything. So it's just a restriction. So what does it mean for students? If you're Nigerian, you're a student, you want to study in the US, what does it mean for you? For now, I don't know the time they're going to reopen the restriction. They are going to say Nigerians can apply for A visas, J visas. But what I can say is that if you still have the dream, don't give up on that dream. You wouldn't know what will happen. But I was thinking about this really well, and I realized that is this the time for Nigerian youth to stay in their country and develop their country? Because everywhere in the world you're going to see a Nigerian. they are doing great things in other countries. They are impacting. You see doctors. There's doctors from Nigeria, is from Africa. When they mention the giants of Africa, but Ghana is the gateway to Africa. Though, yeah. So if you hold an if you're Nigerian and if you want to come here for now, I don't know what you have to do. I guess you have to wait. That is the only thing you have to do. Just wait. Okay. But you guys are doing amazing. So I was thinking, is it the time for Nigerian youth to stand up and start developing their country? Though we all know how Africa is. We know how so is it the time for you to utilize your talent in the home country? I don't know. Just put your comments or what you think in the comment section. Is it a time for Nigeria and Africa to rise up and say we have to develop our continent, or what do you think about this? So the question is, can Nigeria bounce back? Of course, this whole thing is not a permanent ban, and when they realize the impact Nigerians have been having on America, because many Nigerians are working in the healthcare industry. They are helping a lot. They are working just to make this system better. So I think when they find out the good things Nigerians are doing to the system, they're going to. So I don't think it's a permanent ban. It's just a temporary ban. So I think Nigeria can bounce back, and Nigeria would be like given the opportunity, because in the U.S. the top 10 countries who are international students, most of them are from Nigeria. Okay, and Nigerians, most people, more than 65%, and this is the data I got, more than 65% of the people who are Nigerians have a bachelor's degree. So they are working. When you go into the engineering sector, you're going to see Nigerians, you're going to see other people, but Nigeria is everywhere. So there are times when I say I'm a Ghanaian, people ask me, do you know this person? He's from Nigeria. And I'm like, yeah. They think we are to get Africa is like this. But yeah, I think, and I do think Nigeria is going to bounce back. Okay, Nigeria is, it's not a permanent ban. So if you're Nigerian and they still have hopes of coming to the USA, getting or letting the system shape you to be a better version of yourself, learning about the technology here, and eventually going back to Africa to impact, just keep your hopes high. I think there is something going to be done about this in future. Just like the U.S. ambassador to Nigeria said, this is the general thing that unfortunately affected Nigeria. So let's see what happens. Okay, I am a big advocate of Africa's development. I just want to see Africa develop. I just want to one day Africans will say that, hey, we are going to develop our country. So just let me know your thoughts in the comments, and what impact has this had on someone you know who is a Nigerian? I know many Nigerians. I know one who I know like two who got administrative processing and they were waiting to get approved, and this came, so they all got denied, unfortunately. But I believe in Nigerians, and I know that Nigeria is going to bounce back because they are the giants of Africa. Have a wonderful day.